In this video, I'd like to show you how you can request visits to different museums, gardens, and cultural sites using your member portal. So once again, we're at the homepage of the member portal. If you haven't already created your login or if this is unfamiliar, definitely watch a different video that I created about how to set up your login. It's important that you do that first before trying to request tickets or anything else. So once we're in and logged into our portal, we'll go back to our main hub, which is this upper right corner drop-down menu. And once again, we'd like to go to upcoming events. So this is the same calendar where we could see different performing arts events that were coming up. This time, we'd like to only see different museums that are available. So we're going to filter the category using this drop-down menu and click Museums, then click Search. And now we can see various museums that are available at a discounted rate with Artreach. So one difference that you'll notice here is there is no register button on this event page, and I'll explain that in a moment. So to learn more about each museum, you can click on the title. So let's say we'd like to plan a visit to Philadelphia's Magic Gardens. We'll click on that. We can see the price per person, which is $2 per person, as well as the location. And scrolling further down on this page, we can just see a description of what type of museum this is or what types of experiences they offer, their address, as well as a link to directions, their operating hours, which is always important to double check because some places have seasonal hours, and you definitely don't want to request a trip on a day where they're closed or a time that they're not open. So definitely check that before you schedule any trips. You can also find a link to their COVID procedures, which again may change regularly. So I always recommend clicking on that just to read up on their latest policies before requesting any trips. And you can also see different available experiences that they have. So Magic Gardens actually has quite a few. They have a self-guided tour with varying prices for adults versus children, as well as a guided tour. And they even have an add-on to do an art activity after your guided tour, which is pretty cool. And so once I've read through all of this information, I've decided that I would like to request tickets. I am going to click this link to send a request email to the museum. Now, what will happen when I click this link? This is very different from anything that we've done with our program before. It will actually bring up an email in my email server. So whichever email server you use, whether it's Outlook, Gmail, you'll get this email that pops up. And the fields are already pre-populated for you. So what you'll need to do is go through this email and fill in your information. So for example, my organization is Artreach, and then I would put in my contact information for the museum, my preferred visit date, as well as my second choice date, which means I want to double check to see when they're actually open, as well as my preferred visit time. I'd like to let them know the type of experience that I want, such as self-guided, guided. If I want to do that extra art activity, I can put more information about that here. And then I want to let the museum know how many people are coming. And it's best to sort of break that down by age group. So that way, if you have a large group of children going, they might be able to plan something and just prepare accordingly based on the demographics of people that are going on this trip. And finally, if you have any accessibility accommodations that are needed during your visit, you can let them know in this field as well. And the biggest change here from how our program used to work for museum trips is that you will actually be sending this email directly to the museum. Once you do that, someone that works at that museum will be in touch with you to move forward on scheduling your trip. So the scheduling aspect will no longer be handled directly through Artreach. And the reason for that is that we'd like to start building up the relationships directly between the disability and low-income communities and our wide network of human service agencies and these cultural organizations that we love so much and we love partnering with. We want to, get them in touch with each other more so that way we're building these relationships within the community. So once you hear back from the museum representative about scheduling your trip, they may also send you an invoice or a program guide or a know before you go guide. Essentially, whatever they would normally send to someone who's scheduling a group visit. So in terms of payment and any other types of contact, such as if you need to reschedule or add or remove people from your group, you will contact the museum directly based on this person that has responded to your email. So the payment will no longer be handled through Artreach. Your organization will be able to pay the museum directly based on their payment policies. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My name is Alex Boyle. I'm the manager of member programs at Artreach. My email address is aboyle@art-reach.org, and my phone number is 267-515-6724. Thank you.